Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I look a little bit teary-eyed. So I wanted to make a video basically just talking about what it's like for me being a highly sensitive person in this time and maneuvering in my life with that because it's very difficult. So sorry, I'm sniffle nosed, trying to be cute, you know, you just take the crying picture, you're like, that's how I feel right now. But yeah, so let's do it. Okay, so I wanted to start off with what helps me feel better. Did you hear that little gospel music? I love just like unwinding with some Jesus, because I feel like that song, especially Let's Start It Over, he saw the best in me when everyone else around could only see the worst in me. Yo, like, I felt that really heavy because as a sensitive person, people always are first to call me a crybaby, to not understand where I'm coming from, to make me feel like my feelings aren't valid just because I feel way more than other people do, period. And it may not even be that I feel more than other people, it just like I just express it. And it's something I can't even really control, like whether I'm mad or I'm angry, or upset, I'm crying. It just happens like my whole life, like in my family, crybaby, can't take it, this and the third. And my love language, as I always talk about, is words of affirmation. So I really do remember mean things. So like stuff just replays in my head over and over again. And it's really hard, like with people who have been knowing me my whole life, for them to really understand, like, or people, it just like for people who don't care to know that like this is just really how I am. And it's like, it's not like I'm just like, oh, growing tougher skin. Like, it's not that simple. Like, I really wish I could. I wish I didn't care what people said. I wish my feelings didn't get hurt. I wish this, that, and the third. But like, it's just not that simple for me, period. So it's definitely been difficult, especially like transitioning into friendships, like people not really understanding like why do you feel this way, or not even taking the time to understand. And it sucks. It really does suck because I'm 22 and here I am crying over some shit like a big ass baby. We're gonna take a little wine sip. I'm getting the nails off, don't worry. Delicious. But yeah, so it really does suck, but I just wanted to talk about my experience a little bit more because I just feel like, you know, it's being sensitive, even though my whole life it's kind of been a negative. It's really not a negative thing. I just feel like I feel more and I feel things heavier. And sorry, that's gross. I should edit it out, but I just don't want to. I feel like being real candid. I'm not gonna edit this. I don't care. And it's like 10:30 p.m. I just want to get this shit out. But yeah, so imagine how hard it is for me as someone who wants to be a lawyer. I can barely debate without getting emotional. I don't like when people don't validate my feelings, and not everybody's gonna do that, but I feel like I don't have to be around people that won't do that for me. So, you know, it's okay to be like, listen, you're wrong, Aaliyah, I don't agree with you. That's fine. But if you're like, you sound stupid, you don't know what you're talking about, 9 times out of 10, I won't like you much after that. I don't give a fuck. I don't care, sorry, how small the argument was. If you were just like shutting everything I said down as like stupid, making me feel invalidated, making me feel dumb, we probably not gonna have much to talk about after that. But it's really how you approach people. Like if you're like, you know what, although I don't see where you're coming from, I can understand. Or even if it's not that, like, listen, I really don't see where you're coming from, here's where I'm coming from. It's all about how you say things. I feel like as a decent human being, as an adult, you should be able to converse with somebody without like belittling someone or making, you know, it seem all condescending or none of that. So if that's you, if you can't do that, if you don't adjust, that's cool. And I'm sure that works for some people. Me and you just not gonna have nothing to talk about, period. So yeah. So it's difficult. I mean, I feel like I'm at a crossroad right now with my like career because I've always wanted to be a lawyer. I'm still gonna be a lawyer, but like I've only seen courtroom lawyers being in the courtroom arguing. My mom is a prosecutor, And I don't think I can do that truthfully. Like, it's a little bit different when you're arguing about factual things. You got the facts. It's not like, I think this, you think this, let's argue about it. Because at that point, it shouldn't be an argument, it should be a debate. I'm always gonna feel how I'm gonna feel unless you give me reason otherwise to lean towards the other side. I can be stubborn for sure, but if you're giving me like facts and like, you know what? Have you ever thought about this? Have you ever thought the sky is actually green because blah blah blah? Okay, if you give me some compelling facts, you know what? I never considered the sky is green, but hey, I could be wrong. Who knows? Like, it's not that hard. Another sip. But yeah, so I don't know. I just feel like I struggle with that a lot. Like, my feelings get hurt so easy. And, people like, you shouldn't let people have that much control over you. And it's like, I'm trying. I really am. Like, if it was just that easy to be like, I'm not going to care what you think today. I won't get offended when you talk to me in a mean way. Like, I would have been done it. Like, I would have been done it. But I was born this way. Like, my sisters are different. Like, the people in my life are different. I'm literally don't know what happened that I am like this. I'm an Aquarius. We're supposed to be like cold-blooded or whatever is what I've seen my Aquarius like horoscopes always like. Aquarius will drop you quicker than that. Blah blah blah. I'm like, I could barely cut people off. Like, how am I doing that? But yeah. So and like I'm in my bag right now. Clearly, like I said, I was a little teary-eyed. So this is really me just ranting and getting my like outlet on. But I guess I'll talk about some more things that help me kind of be okay with being this sensitive. So I did want to show this tattoo that I got because Bubbles is the sensitive Powerpuff Girl. And the more I tell people about this tattoo and explain it to them, I've twisted it. Like, it's always been like, oh, Bubbles is sensitive, I'm sensitive. Bubbles has always just been like who I am as a kid. But it's also like, Bubbles is a freaking superhero. She's a Powerpuff Girl. So like, if she can be a big crybaby, granted she's like 4, but if she can be a big crybaby and a superhero, period, so can I. So that's the little meaning behind my tattoo first. But going back to the coping mechanisms, wine is not a healthy coping mechanism. So don't listen to that one. But like I said, I listen to gospel music. I listen to music, just get my mind off things. I do cry. I think that's also a coping mechanism because it just helps me get it all out there. Like, I cry, and then I'm good. Like, just let me cry. Like I promise you, if I'm crying, it's not that you've hurt my feelings. It's just because that, like, I'm emotionally overwhelmed, and that's just how my emotions are coming out. Like, it can be like when people are sad, they lash out, they fight. When people are this, they do that. When I am emotional, period, I cry. I cannot help it. But so I cry it all out. That helps me. I follow highly sensitive people because they make it seem like it's a real disorder that makes me feel a little bit more validated in my feelings about being this sensitive all the dang time. So I follow their Instagram account, and they have some really like nice posts that like just make me feel super validated. So I'll show you guys a few. So I'm not sure if like it's gonna be flipped or backwards, but this one says, you are loved, being sensitive is okay, naps are allowed. So I like that one simply because like being sensitive is okay. Like I said, my whole life it's been looked at as something that's a problem. Like, why are you crying? This ain't nothing to cry about. You're a big baby, you're too sensitive, blah blah. Okay, like how does that affect you? Please tell me. Like, how does it affect you truly? Are you dying? Why does it bother you? Mind your business. Let me cry. Like, shut up. Let's see another one. So this one says, how to be nice to yourself. Consider how you've grown. I like that one a lot because I've grown so much from who I used to be. Like, yeah, I still cry. As we should do a drinking game to see how many times I've said cry in this video. But yes, I still cry, but from like growing up, and I talked about my mental health journey a little bit, like I've come a long way. And progress is progress no matter like what other people think, no matter how much they've only, some people have only seen you at your best. They don't even know where you came from to appreciate your best. Therefore, like, you don't gotta validate nothing for nobody. Like, if only you would have seen me then, if only you would have seen what God has brought me from to be the person I am today, like, bye. Bye. I also just want to talk about the aspect of like maintaining friendships when you're this sensitive. So like it's definitely been hard for me. Like I said, people don't understand, or some people don't care to understand, and that's fine. And I feel like I've ended up being friends with the people that can not just tolerate my sensitive, but like understand it and adjust to it. Like I don't think that's that hard because it won't hurt you to be a little bit more careful about what you say to me. It won't hurt you to think before you speak. It won't hurt you to like not be an asshole, period. So it's like if you can't do that for me, we don't gotta be friends, period. And I've learned that that's okay. Like you don't have to have people in your life that's gonna do nothing but like stem stem that negativity, make fun of your sensitivity. And like I feel like people watching this video like, girl, it's not that deep. It really is not that deep. But it's just like at 22 years old, like I'm done explaining myself over and over again. Like I just get so hurt when people don't understand me. I'm about to start crying. I get so hurt when people just don't try to understand me. I don't want to cry. Say, highly sensitive person. But like I said, it just hurts when like I can't help that this is how I am, and people don't try to understand that. So I'm gonna take a pause and we're gonna edit. We're gonna edit a little bit. I feel like I'm about to start crying some more, so I might as well just keep going. So like, I don't really care to maintain the relationships that didn't understand, and I'm so thankful for my friends that do understand. So it's 10:30, 10:40, and I'm crying because I'm so grateful for the people in my life that do that do appreciate me for exactly who I am. So yeah, now we gonna edit. Okay, and we back. We barely back, but we back. So just like that, I'm okay. Like I just cried. Like I just felt so emotionally like thankful. Like so I just felt those emotions so tenfold that like I cried because it was so overwhelming in the best way possible. So that was the live example. I'm not gonna edit it out. I'm not crying because I'm upset, blah blah blah. I'm crying because I just really felt that, and I'm just really thankful for all my friends. Um, but I feel like I just kind of ranted. I don't really know if there's any structure to this video. I don't really know. I don't even barely remember what I was talking about in the beginning of this video. But that has just been my personal experience as a really, 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 really sensitive person. And at some point, I feel like I have to grow some extent of a tougher skin just because it's like, okay, the people that don't matter should not affect you that much. Like the people that don't care about you, the people that aren't serving you, that aren't benefiting you, their opinion truly does not matter. So for that, I'd like to grow a tougher skin because it's like, I'm about to get upset about something that you said. Who are you to me? Nobody, period. So yeah, if that's anything that I will try to grow from, it'll be that. Like as my mom says, keep it moving, period. She don't say the period, but she keep it moving. Yeah. So yeah, I'm sorry I cried on camera. That's embarrassing. But I'm gonna just keep it so y'all just know that like this is coming from a real, sincere, genuine place. And I don't want to keep it any longer because y'all barely watch my videos as it is. But thank you for watching. I don't even know how long this video is because I kept cutting and stuff. But I appreciate you for watching and taking the time to try to understand me better, if anything. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment, or not. I'll try not to cry over it. But yeah, good night, guys.